class of accountancy in the new stream commerce, class 11th. Why accountancy is studied, what is the purpose, how we have to study this subject. I teach you everything, we will discuss everything. I am starting the subject with a very small 5-letter words, that is clear, C-L-E-A-R, clear. The word clear is a mnemonic and it includes 5 different words, and these 5 different words are, you can say, the whole accounting itself. Let's see what this word actually meant for, and the individual letter represents which particular word. I said clear. The word is, the mnemonic is clear. C-L-E-A-R, clear. C stands for capital. What is capital? The capital means amount invested into the business by the proprietor. Who is proprietor? The businessman. Amount invested by the businessman into the business is known as capital. It is not necessary that capital should only in form of cash. It can be in form of kind also. Okay. Now coming to the next letter, L. L stands for liabilities. What is liability? Liabilities means anything which the business firm owes to outsiders. Amount which has to be paid on by the business to the outsiders. For example, rent of the shop is due, rent of the factory is due. These all are liabilities. Means amount which is not yet paid is a liability. Coming the third letter, E. E represents expenses. What are expenses? Expenses means any amount incurred for the purpose of generating income. If you are not spending something, how can you generate income? If you have not opened a shop, how can you call customers? What does it mean? So first you have to spend, then you will be able to earn. So that is expenses. So expenses, you can say salary, rent, electricity charges, cost of goods, anything. Now, A, the fourth letter, A. A stands for assets. What are assets? Assets means, like you can say, economic resources which helps you to earn cash or inflow of cash. Assets means something which your business own, like shop if it is yours, car if you have owned a car in the business, computer if you have a computer in your business. These all are assets. Factory if you establish machinery in the factory, land, building, all these are assets. The next one is the last letter, R, and it stands for revenues. What is revenues? In simple words, I should say revenues means sales, which helps you to bring inflow of cash in your business. That is revenue. Now, I would like to give you examples for some of these. Capital is very clear, amount invested by the businessman. Liabilities, I am taking some examples. Rent due, some expense which is due to be paid. Expenses, rent paid. Now see the difference between the expense and the liability. Expense which you have paid, liability which is still due. So expense which is not yet paid becomes your liability. Now coming to the assets, examples. Land, machinery, cash. These all are economic resources which helps you to generate more cash, which helps you to run business and invite customers into your business and make sales and earn profits. R, revenues. The best example is sales. So these are the examples, and I am giving you a very small homework today. Find out 5 examples for liabilities, 5 examples for expenses, and 5 examples for assets. 5 items. You try to find it out in your vicinity. You will get it. Liabilities, expenses, and assets. Now I am coming to a story through which I will try to tell you what is accounting. Hi, as I said that I am going to tell you a story, and through which I would like to teach you what is accounting, why it is needed, what is the purpose of it. Now come, let's see the story. If you wish, you can take a screenshot or you can note down the story to understand it better. It says, Mr. John invest rupees 20 lakh. Mr. John invest rupees 20 lakh for running a stationery business on 1st April 2019. So Mr. John is the businessman. He is investing rupees 20 lakh in a business. What do you feel? What is it? Out of clear, CLEAR. It's capital. Good. Now, during the year, he purchased different stationery items for rupees 11,50,000. What I said, when you spend something to generate income is expense. He purchased these items to sell it and to generate income. So this is expense. Now, and sold it for rupees 14,70,000. During the year, throughout the year, he sold these stationery items gradually, and he sold it for rupees 14,70,000. Entire amount of 11,50,000 what he purchased, he sold it for rupees 14,70,000. So 11,50,000 is the expense, 14,70,000 is sales. What is it? Revenue. Now, he paid rent amounted to rupees 50,000. He paid 50,000 as rent. Again, it is an expense because without having a shop, you cannot run a business. So this is spent on rent of the shop. Now from our story, what we come to know that there are some things like capital, like expense, like you can say revenue, that is sales. Okay, and from the above para, don't you feel that Mr. John is interested in knowing the results of his business? So think about what should be the result and how it can be calculated. Here, the application of accounting starts. So now, here we are trying to find out the result of the activities conducted by Mr. John during the whole year. In the paragraph we have gone through that sales are 14,70,000. The entire stationery items purchased by Mr. John were sold out during the year. There was nothing left. So the sales are 14,70,000. We can say as per our mnemonic are revenues. 14,70,000 is revenue. Now coming to the expenses. In the paragraph we have seen that Mr. John has purchased the stationery items for rupees 11,50,000. So 11,50,000 was the expense because goods were purchased for selling. Now I am using the term goods, Goods, goods. In business, whatever we sell, we purchase it or we produce it. And the thing in which we are dealing are known as goods. This is a new term. Goods means the thing in which I am dealing. If I am dealing in stationery is goods for my business. I have written here goods purchased means stationery purchase. So 11,50,000 was the expense for the goods. 50,000 was the expense for the rent paid. Since I have paid the entire rent, there is no liability in the business. So liabilities are zero. The difference between revenue and expense is income or profit. So this is the amount which Mr. John has earned during the year after running his stationery business. Now, this is what I did over here is accounting. This is accounting, but this is not the right way of calculating the profit or loss in accounting, because accounting has some different way which we have to study in this subject.